tree. Past the trees.
Yeah.
As I pray. God, please have mercy on this mortal man, made from sin, man of sin, destined for them bars like cinnamon. Life ain't always sweet like cinnamon. Sometimes the cookie crumbles like Entenmann's. No stopping, poppy bounce like dribbling. Mom Dukes had me way too young, the firstborn, first son. Couldn't name me man and son for all the nights I ball. Wishing raindrops would fall, bumping boys to men, trying to ease the pain from changing from boy to man. Never send a boy to do a man's job when it's time to be the man of the house. If you ain't man enough, they tell you man up. Trying to work your magic, but it's draining all your.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Faneet the podcast, man. First and foremost, before we start anything, man, before we say anything, man, R.I.P. man to Q, man. Otherwise known as Quinzel Bradley, man. To the people that know and love him, man. Q to the musicians and to the artists in the city, man. Just R.I.P. man. My man's is literally, killed out front of his house, coming home with groceries for his 4 kids and his wife, man. Like,
yes, sir.
He was nothing but a positive person to everybody that knew him and everybody he met, man. It's been hurting a lot of people since, man.
Yeah, man.
It's been crazy. So, R.I.P. to Q, man. R.I.P.
And to his moms, I'm saying, Miss Tanisha, to his sister, Briandria, I'm saying, we go back. Like, I remember y'all moved on the block, y'all was 8 or 9, something like that. Like, I literally watched Quinzel grow up, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we go back like Game Boy Color and Jet Grind.
No, like real rap.
Like, I remember. Like, my heart go out to y'all from, from the Brown family across the street to y'all family. Y'all are definitely in our prayers.
1,000%, man.
Much love to Q, man. I didn't know him that long, but he was in the neighborhood, bro. He was around.
He was outside, always
bro.
outside.
That nigga was outside.
Yes, sir.
From the time we really clicked up, it was all love and nothing but that, man.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Q, his whole family, all the kids. Mom Duke's holding it down.
Right.
Rest up, bless up.
Yeah, man. But, with that being said, man, but welcome. We had to get that out the way, man, for anything. Welcome, y'all, to the first and foremost episode of Faneet the podcast, man. Faneet the podcast. We've had a lot of technical difficulties, a lot of slip-ups.
Yeah.
But, we finally made it here, man. So, we're going to introduce ourselves, man. Once again, I am let me get it straight. I am your host, man, your humble and gracious host, Eazymelow, man. And to the right of me, I got some of the illest niggas in the world, man.
Yes, sir.
So, to the right to me, directly to the right of me, man, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Sk8z, man, LL Cool Sk8z, man, otherwise known in the county as Davion Brown. You know what I'm saying? What up, Sk8z?
Okay.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm blessed.
Let's
I'm
go.
blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be alive, man.
Yes, sir, man. And then to the right of him, we got another man, myth, and legend himself, the Loch Ness Monster. You feel me? The common, the conscious common, the unconscious common.
Don't do it.
My brother, man. Shout out to Swank with the dank, man. Tell him what's up, man. What up, man?
What's up?
Swank with the bank. Swank with the dank, man.
Yeah. No,
What's
I'm
up,
glad
man?
to be here, bro. I'm glad we all in this room finally.
Right.
I know it took a couple times for us to get here in this room, but like when I think about all the moments,
Right.
of just like pulling up to your mom crib, see Dev playing fucking,
Guitar
Hero,
yeah.
doggy style, you know what I mean?
Fucking W stance.
Yeah, niggas sitting in
Running
the
shit up,
Wumbo.
you know what I mean? And seeing fucking niggas like skate and just be outside and playing music, bro. Like, to be here, you know what I mean? I'm just grateful, bro. I'm blessed,
Yeah.
for
For
real.
real, man. Like, it's grateful to just be in this space, man, for us to be able to do these type of things, man. It's like, we're at a point where so the reason, let's give y'all a little insight. We wanted to start this thing a while ago, man, because like me and Sk8z always be having these crazy like deep convos. Like for years we'll have these 3-hour, 4-hour long phone calls and we're like, damn, we're talking about some wild ass shit.
Some yams and ASAP shit.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, it'll go
Right.
from talking about like, just making money to doing shit like artistry, just everything, man. And eventually we was like, man, we need to start a pod. We need to find some type of long form content.
Right.
And then it was the same with Swvnk. Before we had the things of podcast, me and Swvnk lived together. So it'd be nights where we just be scheming.
Right,
Late
right,
night
right.
type
Yeah,
shit.
just cooking.
Late night, just like either
Just
cooking some
talking.
shit or just talking. Like, nah, bro, we gotta set this shit up. And I was like, damn, we gotta get these conversations together. And I already knew, going into our past a little bit, you know, we all kind of grew up together. We all came out of the county, Delaware County, Upper
Facts.
Darby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I already knew, like, with the rapport and the energy we had, like, we'd be able to come and do some great shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here we are, man, making it happen. So
Faneet.
Faneet. Yeah, I mean. So with that, man,
let's start on that. Like, what does Faneet mean?
Yeah, let's break it
what
down.
are the origins of Faneet?
All right, so if anybody gonna tell Faneet the story, it's gonna be me.
Go ahead.
So
break that down.
Go ahead, break it down.
one night, late as shit, I was in the lab with Free Soul, but this before Free was Free Soul. This is Kill Confirm. You
Back in
fucking
the
know
day.
me. And like, I forget exactly what it is that we was laughing at, but I was trying to find a word to describe how bad some shit was. And like, what I landed on, I was like, man, that shit is beyond done. Like, that shit is Faneet. And like, y'all don't know Free Soul, but if y'all like ever like get around him, like, it's hard as shit to make this nigga laugh.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga was in tears, and like he was in tears for like 20 minutes. Like, yo, this nigga said Faneet.
Just that word itself.
That word, niggas like, what the fuck is that?
It's an infectious
He was like, niggas is making
word,
shit up now.
Like that, I was like, I had to invent something to describe how bad this shit was.
It just
and
works.
like, I came back a week later, and everybody was saying Faneet, and it was just a thing from that given point on.
That's crazy. Cause
Yeah.
first time I heard Faneet was from you.
Yeah, bro.
You were
So,
just
like,
it was on some humbug shit.
yeah,
You threw it in the convo, and I was like, this nigga always just saying some fly
yeah,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, but you was always saying like old school, like bees knees and shit. You know what I mean, like I'd be like, all right.
He's one of them old heads from Philly that be having them crazy sayings.
Yeah,
Left feet.
yeah.
Shit
So
like
when I heard it, I was just like, "Oh, word!" Applying that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put that a part of the repertoire.
But that shit came from a Danny DeVito movie. I can't remember what movie it is,
Danny DeVito,
but I gotta
That's
find
an
it.
Italian
Gotta find
dude.
I gotta find
gotta
it. Like,
find
I gotta
that
find that clip because that was where it came from.
The origins of the
true
Faneet.
origin.
The
So
true
what does
origin
so
of Faneet.
so what does Faneet actually mean?
All right, so we come from Philly, like, as everybody watching this probably does. You figure,
Right.
don't me?
Right.
Like, for me, Faneet is something extremely terribly bad.
Right.
Like, when something is Faneet, something is the nasty patty from SpongeBob bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
something
Like, that
is-
shit is
beyond
out
salvageable.
of here. Yeah,
like,
something you can't.
it cannot come
like,
back. It is finite. Like, it's literally finite. It just met a point.
That is the
It's
cinema.
past the point.
That's the point. It's no fucking return, dog.
Okay.
Okay,
So that's Faneet.
got you. Word. Now, I've never actually asked the question for so many years. I've never sat down with you and be like, bro, where
break
did you
down the
come up with that?
origin.
You know what I mean, like, when did that actually
The
evolve? So to
origins.
know that's
Yeah,
fire,
bro.
bro. Because I've been using that for a minute, and
Long time.
my daughter Nas, she uses it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
So when I heard her say it,
That's
I was
real.
like, this is a generational.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
heirloom. We
generational
about to
Faneet.
we about to pass this down.
We're gonna pass. We're not passing down the Faneet. You can't pass
Not
down the
the
Faneet.
Faneet, but the word.
You passing the
The
Faneet, but not
word.
the Faneet.
You got to be aware. You know what I mean? And it's a
Right,
great
right,
word
right.
to use to be aware. You know what I mean?
Right.
Generational Faneet.
Generational Faneet is crazy. Passing down the generational Faneet.
I'm sorry.
My
I put,
Faneets become
I
your
put that on
Faneets.
my jacket. That's crazy.
My Faneets become your Faneets and shit. But no, like, but that John is like an infectious word though, because it's just like, I look at it like kind of like John. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of different things. It's an adjective as well.
Yeah.
You can be Faneet.
You can be Faneet.
You can be Faneet.
You can be a Faneet.
You can get Faneet.
You can perform a Faneet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I did a Faneet.
I did a Faneet.
But it's an evolution to the word as well.
Yeah.
While we were living together, you know, if you come out of your room with a guest you've just been with, and I ask you if you Faneeted, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't have to explain what that
Well,
means.
yes, I did.
So,
Joe.
yes, I
Yes,
did.
we did. Exactly.
And he's not sad or negative at all. He's got the biggest smile on his
Exactly.
face.
Exactly. So it's
Faneed
levels
has
to it.
connotations to it. You know
Exactly. You
what I mean?
gotta.
For sure.
The overall premise of it is you have to use. It's a certain level of
Context.
intellectual intelligence. Yeah.
Real
And
rap.
Intellectual intelligence. That's the same.
Yo.
But yeah, it's certain. You gotta use context to figure out what it means. Exactly.
Right.
Real rap.
So you gotta really be tapped into the convo to really understand. Like, yeah, bro. So what you do last night? Shit, man. I was Faneet.
I was-
Oh damn. Oh, all right.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Real
Or
rap.
like
So,
I was with the shorty and I Faneeted in shorty.
yeah.
Then that's
Then-
still
then-
like damn.
Damn. Like you
Yeah.
Faneeted in shorty. Like damn.
Damn.
That's a bad John.
Niggas is wild.
Yeah, I mean.
Right.
But yeah.
But no, that's crazy. But also too, man, it's just like that shit became real infectious. Like I don't know, like even when I would say it to other people, every time people around me they would start saying it.
Yeah, the
Like,
county
yeah, bro,
definitely
I had some
started saying it.
Faneet, and I was like, Oh, yeah.
Yo, it really picked up. It really picked up when we all went plant-based. And we were identifying the Faneet with the word Faneet.
Right.
So, like, us going plant-based, we looking at the back of everything. You know what I mean? And Nas is like, is it vegan? Is it vegan at first? And then I'm like, nah, it's Faneet. And after hearing it one or two times, is that Faneet? And we just at Whole Foods, people walking by us like, Faneet. You know what I mean? So it's
like yes, that is Faneet.
Yes,
definitely
it is Faneet.
Yes, for sure.
Damn, man.
But yeah, man, that is the origin. That's fire.
Right.
Needed that.
So for those of y'all have been wondering, we finally debunked it. You feel me? This is where it's been coming from.
Before this episode comes out, the word Faneet will be trademarked.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yes.
we gotta
Need that.
I'm trademarking that shit.
I'll put a couple dollars towards it.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Trademark that.
T-shirts.
Yes.
Merch.
Can you hit that fan, please? Can you turn it off, please?
I got you.
The John is like.
Oh, this shit about to be like an Eric Andre interview. Niggas about to be sweating.
Yo, last time I definitely was a little toasty in this motherfucker.
Right.
All right, so yes, like I said earlier, man. So we all come.
That shit says psych.
There you go. You see how significantly better the mix sounded? Because I was just like,
Yeah.
I was trying to tell him earlier, but I was like, damn, I want us to continue talking.
Right. Now, I was going to throw another gate on top of the gate that's already on this corny gate on this joint so that it cut the air out. But it's all good either way.
Yeah. But so like we were saying earlier, man, we all come in from the 6, man. 610, Upper Darby, Delaware County. And you know, figure we should rap with him, man. We should tell him like what we want to do with this podcast and also talk about like where we came from. How we all met. Like where did your, for both of y'all, and I guess I'm gonna go last, like where did y'all musical origin stories begin? Like what was that moment in life where you was like, damn, like I really want to do this. I really want to create, be an entertainer.
So like,
wait. Let me go first because mine ties directly into you.
all right, cool.
Honestly,
I'm gonna go after you. Then Sk8z is gonna go. Yeah, Sk8z, you gonna go last.
You gotta go last, bro. You gotta go last, bro.
So, cool.
First time, I remember I had just well, first off, living in the county, it was just, the county is basically the outskirts of Philadelphia. So my folks, they moved from North Philadelphia to the county when I was like 6, 7 years old. And I went to Highland Park and then went to BH, and there was just so many fights and like gangs and all this crazy shit. And I'm like, I'm fighting. You know what I mean? I'm fighting. We getting jumped. It was crazy. And then I realized I had to like click up with certain people, and I realized I didn't really link up with anybody. Like nobody was really the homie. So I come home and I realized like my older brother, he had this group and he was so solid with his group. Like them niggas, they moved as a unit. And I was like, I want that one day. You know, I want to be a part of that or something. I just remember coming home, going to the top of my steps, dropping my book bag off and coming back down, and you guys were playing Zapp and Roger.
Yeah.
And I just remember hearing like roll bounce to the ounce. Doom 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 doom.
Listen.
And I'm like, the whole house is shaking. I forgot what my pop system had or whoever had whatever. And it was just dumping. And I was just like, bro, I haven't even, like my pop plays like Ozzy Brothers and mom plays WJJZ, but this shit made me want to move. And when I came down the steps, my brother, Sk8z, and 2 other individuals by Fahim and Theron. And Smurf, JR at times too. They were just going off to boogaloo, old school styles of hip hop dance, and I just I was entranced. Like when you saw Michael Jackson on TV, but this was in person, like at the bottom of my steps in my living room. So I was just like, as a young boy, I was like, no matter what, my hands were clammy, mom's spaghetti, all that. Like, and I'm sitting there just remembering every time I would catch it and just be like, this is what I'm gonna, in some fraction or form, I'm gonna be a performer. I know it's in me. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it like these niggas,
right?
In this exact way, but somehow, you know what I mean. I'm gonna express myself through this music. And
shout out to BK. Those are my guys, man.
Boogie Nights.
That was a time, man.
Boogie Nights.
And Kurt, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta shout out my older brother.
Yeah, shout out to Kurt.
He would pull me aside like Too Raw for the Streets, battle rap shit, 50 Cent. He would just randomly ask me like on BET if they were playing music, like who's that? just questionnaire shit. You know what I mean? And as a young boy, I don't care, bro. I didn't care. I'm listening to like Say It Ain't So by Weezer and Nirvana and alternative shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Kurt is on this whole other spectrum of real hip hop. And he just put me on to like a lot of true MCs. And he told me about, you know, just being real with yourself. You know what I mean? When you rap. So I didn't rap for the longest. I did not really even show him a rap for the longest. Because I was like, nah. I danced for a little bit, and that was that. But when I started rapping, I realized I have to like put my heart, put my all into it, and really showcase that shit. So
Right.
I give it to Kurt, give it to Sk8z, man, Boogie Nights, real rap, bro. Like y'all pay homage.
Yeah.
Real rap to y'all, man. Okay.
Shit, man. Hold on real quick. It's my turn. We
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
let you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
You wanna let you go.
yeah.
So for me, you know, but there's gonna be a reason why we got Sk8z going last. We're not shading them. But the whole thing is, you know, from my journey, man, you know, it started really, man, with Guitar Hero 2.
Oh.
My journey started with Guitar Hero 2. You know, back in the day, you know, me, Sk8z, Dev. Shout out to my other homie, Mac Mizzle, man.
Mac to the motherfucking
Shout out Mac to the
Miz,
Mizzle,
dog. We gotta bring him
Mac
on.
average.
I can't wait to bring Mac Ab
Yeah,
on,
man.
A real myth, a real legend.
Real living
amongst
legend,
us, he
real
really
rap.
does need to be on this couch.
He's gonna be in here. But
Yeah.
but long story short, man, you know, it was a whole 2 summers where we was just rocking out playing Guitar Hero. And going through that, playing Guitar Hero, just opening my ears to these different types of sounds. You feel me? It really like changed my scope for music. Because you know, at the time, you know, I only really listened to music my dad would play. You know, my old head, my dad, you know, he playing oldies, playing like old school hip hop. You know, he playing. We had the little. I remember the little Music Choice channel, fucking RC, and he run the Music Choice up. You feel me?
RC,
Yeah. So you know, he playing that, but like Guitar Hero for me was dope because it started to put me on my own path of music, of seeking out different types of music. I'm like, I would hear somebody, I'm playing the song just so I can beat it to go down the street and go cook fucking Sk8z and Dev. I'm not even really worried about the music, but then after getting so nice and learning and training to cook, I really started like fucking with these songs. And then, you know, I don't know what the timeline is after that, but then Sk8z started showing me how to play guitar. You feel me? So niggas started fucking with guitar, and I always wanted to rap. Always wanted to either be a singer or a rapper. And I remember back in the day when we was playing Guitar Hero, I would always be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the singer. We're gonna start a band. And niggas is like, no, nigga, you can't sing. I was like, I know I can't. I was like, no, I can't, but I'm gonna do something. And I ain't know. And then, you know,
no, nigga.
and then to fast forward it, you know, a couple years later, we're in a band now. You know, shout out to Squalor Folk.
Right.
You know, Tristan, you know, shout out to Dev, shout out Free once again.
Yeah.
You feel me? Shout out
William Breedlove.
Shout out Will.
Damn. Shout out Will.
And even shout out Bill Baraldi in the later regime from Marshall Road.
Bill,
you feel me?
Another one.
What was Shorty name?
Dami. Shout out Dami Basil.
Shout out to Dom.
Shout out Dami.
She had a
And shout
vocal.
out Mike too, our manager,
was
man.
nice.
Shout out Mike too,
Shout out
man.
Mike, yeah.
And
Cambridge.
Mac just
And
for
Mac.
stepping
And
up.
Mac, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. There's still a question I need to ask both of you.
We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. But long story short, man, like really, you know, growing up with Sk8z and Mac, you know, they gave me my love for hip hop. You feel me? Sk8z. The reason why I wanted him on the podcast with us, man, this nigga is a hip hop historian.
Okay.
He knows all of it. He knows the times. He knows the stamps. Like, he is going to make his own documentary one day. You feel me? So I got all the real hip hop from this nigga just by being around him, seeing. There was plenty of times too where I pulled up to Sk8z's crib to go cook him and Dev in Guitar Hero. And you know, me and Dev play like 5-10 rounds and he'll cook me. And I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm mad as shit. Like, damn it, where Sk8z at? I want to cook him. And they're like, oh, Sk8z downstairs in the basement. I run downstairs ready to cook this nigga Sk8z. Hey, yo, Sk8z, me and Dev got to come downstairs. Him and Boogie Nights in the basement getting busy.
Like,
bang.
literally.
And then Swank, you know, Short Swank back then. Short Swank on the steps.
I was
just chilling with
I was
them.
little waves at the time.
Yeah, Short Swank on the steps just chilling.
Cringeworthy.
And I remember like Short Swank would just be on the steps chilling, watching them. I come to Sk8z's basement trying to cook in Guitar Hero, and I'm like, man, this nigga Dev, I come downstairs and they down there, bang, bang, bang,
I was
bang,
studying
bang,
these
just getting it
niggas,
in, and I'm just
dog.
like, damn, these niggas is down here cooking.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I say all that to say, you know, those times really gave me the spark. And once we really started Squalor Folk, you know what I mean, that gave me the voice. You know, when we first started, we did 3 Rage covers, and I was like, I can't rap, And I can't sing.
Rage Against the Machine.
Shout out Rage.
Y'all that don't know.
Shout out to Rage Against the Machine.
I'm so upset I missed a concert. It was so many concerts this summer that I wanted to go to.
I miss MCR, bro.
We missed Red Hot Chili Peppers, too.
I seen them, so I can knock them off.
Bro, there were so many concerts this year.
But just that rock music, though, man. Live music just really got me in my bag. And like I said, being around Mac and Skates, they kept me in my element for hip-hop. And I feel like, though, I had to get to go last because you directly inspired my story for being creative, like as an artist, just growing up, just watching y'all niggas cook.
There's also a pivot that happened like 2 years ago with me and you as well. With rapping. We were in ATL.
We were in Atlanta.
Yeah, we were in ATL. ATL,
beaches.
Different energy. We were actually down there with that nigga Free and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah,
shout out to like Queen of Food. I think we were down there for like a festival for her. But we ended up chilling at this Airbnb. I was about to go to bed. And I just like would throw on YouTube beats before I go to bed just to rap on some like gotta get my reps in, you know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear a knock on the door. I'm thinking it's a shorty. I'm like, yes, it's not a shorty, it's Easy. And he comes walking in. He's like, what you doing? I'm like, freestyling. He's like, word. Sits down and for like 3 to 4 hours. Non-stop. Just freestyling.
3 hours.
And then we start pulling out verses out of nowhere. Like verses that we've written off top of the dome. I'm like, I haven't met another one cooking at this caliber. You know what I mean? I thought I was the only one. So it sparked this like Goku Vegeta thing we got going on.
Yeah.
Where it's like
definitely
we approach the game differently, but we definitely are on the same team.
Yeah.
But it's like that fire, you know what I mean? That fire definitely stays afloat because I'm watching my brother cook.
Right.
So, right. And to end this off, to let Skates get in his origin story, like literally that night in ATL, it started on the first night, though. The first night at ATL, we was on the back porch, and we wound up freeing for 3-4 hours. It was like 2 shorties back there. Dev was there, me, and him. Everybody else had went in. We was just on the back porch in the ATL, just playing beats, just vibing. Yeah. Wound up freeing off top for 3-4 hours. And like me, I don't know what it was all the stimulants of being out of town, being with some niggas, the vibes being cool, and whatever it was, it unlocked for me like a portal. Yeah. Of like freestyle energy. I had watched niggas like shout out to Reek Hella Smoke and shout out to Eli Capella. Or watch niggas like them freestyle for years and be like, and every time I would pull up in the cypher off top, some bullshit would come out, or I just wasn't ready. So I was like, but somehow that night, the energy of the freestyling or whatever, I went through a portal with this nigga, and then since then we just been blacking. And every show we go to now, regardless if we performing or not, we always like to have a cypher because we try and keep that element of hip hop alive. And we've had niggas, even the young boys who on the new wave stuff, who on the they've hopped in the ciphers off top, and some of them have been like killing it. So it's like we want to keep that element of hip hop alive. You feel
bro,
me?
when the cipher dies, officially, that is when hip hop is dead. That because it's deeper. Like it's deeper than culturally specifically. The cipher is deeper than just rapping and just dancing. Like,
so go into it real quick and then talk about your origin story.
Yeah, so
the definition of cipher.
So the cipher is all about bringing people together and the energy being released from people who come together.
Okay.
Like it's also a coming to passage for men. Like in Africa, they all encircle and encompass the younger men or the younger tribe of men who are about to go off into the village, and they support them and they elevate them, and they literally give off their energy. Everybody outside of the circle gives off their energy to them before they go in to hunt for the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's what the cipher is about. And it's like today, like fast forward in today and the Sankofa of it all, it's like it's all about bringing that element back. And like I don't care who you are and what you proclaim your sound to be, like whether you're a rapper or you're not, or you just think that you're doing some rock star like shit. Whenever like it's always going to come back to this source, like in some way, shape, or form, because it's embedded in all of us, like esoterically on some spiritual shit. It's always going to come back to that. So my origin story, and let me say this, like it's crazy inspiring to like really look back and be like, damn, I really was here for all of that. And I kind of like put that bug in everybody's here. Like,
1,000%, bro.
That's wild. That's really wild to look back at.
But that, bro, that is why, like always, bro, even when we have periods of not talking or whatever it is, niggas just going through life, I always come back and be like, nah, bro, I need Skates part of this.
I don't think you remember either. You helped me with my MP3 when I first had it. And you gave me my music. You gave me music for the first time.
Like, bro. Yeah, bro.
I don't think you understand what that
pivotal,
did to me, bro. Like Lupe Fiasco's tape for me. That shit shifted so much for a young.
Damn, yeah.
I was able to skateboard and wear the shit I was wearing, bro. And it was like I'm being reaffirmed by the music that this nigga ingrained. It's deep, bro. It's deep as fuck.
And thinking about that now, that's real rap. Like when I got my first MP3, you definitely did help me put music on that joint, and I was literally doing the same, riding around. And I never thought of it in that light, but no, that's real shit. Like you was providing the music on a deeper level, man. But go back into your story though. Yeah, like how
that's crazy.
That's why we call you the Pope.
Yeah, bro. That's why you're here, bro. That's why we're here, bro. That's why we here.
But yeah. So in that same exact regard, my origin story starts with my mom. Like a lot of people don't know this, but my family has always been incredibly like musically inclined. Like my uncle Donald, rest in peace, he passed away last year. He actually was like the backup drummer for the LaBelles. So it's like when
Patti LaBelle?
Patti LaBelle. So like when her drummer would get Faneet, like run around with bitches or whatever, or like be crazy drunk, they would call my uncle and he would come in. He played in a
That's crazy. I didn't know that either.
So what Squalor Folk was for the county, his band, the Mahogany Band, was for like West Philly. Like they played these crazy, incredible covers. And Miss Pat that lived on Radbourne, Jesse, AJ Snaps.
Our videographer.
He's not here today, but his mom, she's incredidly talented at singing. Like she was the lead singer for the band at one given point in time.
Art does not like lose.
Yeah,
because Chuck
Styles.
Shout out
Styles.
to Chuck, who just did the cover for Madden 23 this year.
Stupid
from the county.
Big man things.
Yes,
come on.
But
man.
like I say all of that to say, like, so that's my uncles, and like all of my uncles individually played their own individual instrument and shit like that, right? My mom didn't play an instrument.
Shit.
Yeah. My mom didn't play an instrument. My mom was a dancer. But like she was incredible at dancing. Like next level incredible. So like she actually like auditioned for like Juilliard and shit like that. But she got close enough to audition for Alvin Ailey and actually made it. But she found out she got pregnant with me.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like when I came out, like I came into the world with all of this like creative energy, and it all just came to me. So like, shit was different. I don't know why. Like a lot of people ask me like, "All right, your name is Skates, but like, what does that mean?" Like, or they just figure like, "Oh yeah, like we always have seen you skating around. Like that's just been a thing." Or like other people be like, "Oh yeah, that's like Skate from like Streets of Rage. That's fire."
I always knew you to dance, and it looked like you were on skates.
That as well.
And I always knew the nigga to just be doing tray flips and wild skating shit.
Yeah, exactly. So like. The number 8 is very significant for me. When I was 8, that was when, I don't know, like my eye and my ear for sound in general, like opened up. I've always been more in love with sound than I've been more in love with music. Like when I was a kid, I used to like play with rubber bands and like pluck them for hours because I like the tonality in different tones when you pluck it at different positions. You know what I'm saying? My uncle, oh shit, this is wild too. So across the street, or not across the street, but across the alleyway from Free Soul at that given point in time, was Mr. Herb, who was in the band that P. Diddy sampled Money, Power, Respect for from Lil' Kim.
Nigga.
Yeah. The county is crazy, bro.
County has
yes. So anyway, I say that to say, me and my Uncle Donald was having a conversation when I was 8, and he was like, "Man, I'm so tired of these new producers, like, They don't even make the anything, or they don't do this, and like the rappers." And I'm like, all right, so what you're telling me is the rapper doesn't make the beat? And I was like, he was like, yeah, no, the rapper doesn't make the beat. There's a producer that goes in and he samples. And I was like, and that like that conversation that I had like intrigued me to a point where I was like, damn, at 8 years old, I was like, wow, the producer actually like goes in and makes the beat, but the rapper just goes and raps. I care more about what the producer is doing than what the rapper is doing. The rapping is easy. Like at that age, I also started rapping. I wrote my first rap when I was 8. I remember my first rap.
Can we hear it? 4 bars.
Oh my God.
Let me just get
this
4.
This is embarrassing as fuck.
I remember my first 16 a little bit too.
I don't remember.
Yo,
mine. I'm gonna have to go to
my
Google.
first rap was I play the original styles. I don't play with dials like a girl because girls have curls. That gives them a reason to be fun. Don't make me get my gun, even though I gotta run. Like that was my
Yo,
like, I remember that.
but the flow was there.
Yeah,
The flow was there.
8 years
At
old.
8 years old.
That's
so like
crazy.
Yeah. So from that age, like I was like, all right, I care more about producers. So like I started caring more about like P. Diddy at that time, who was winning. Like I was in love with Wyclef, and then like a couple years later, like the Neptunes had their run, and like when the Neptunes had their run, that was when everything
It
changed.
took
for me.
over.
Yeah.
Everything changed.
Yeah,
Like
that was a run.
Yeah,
that
like-
was a run.
after that, like that was like hearing what the Neptunes were doing was the first time I was able to actually see the colors. And like I decided, like, damn, like when I get old enough, when I get of age, I'm going to find a way to be able to afford equipment to be able to make music. Like that's all I ever want to be able to do. Like a lot of like other cool shit that I did. Like I always grew up dancing, and like other shit was always amazing and fun to me. But it always came back to the source of like I do this because of sound. Like and it's not always just because of music. Like I do this because of sound. Like
Sonics.
there was points in times where it was like, yo, I really like doing this trick. Like I really like doing tray flips because I like the way the way that like the board sounds when you crack it against the cement. Like it was always because of sound. And like even now, like much older, like I love music, but like I'm trying to find a way to sneak my way into sound design for like movies and music and shit like that. I want to be able to. I want to be the nigga to be like, yo, like. They gave me a $3 million budget to blow shit up just to be able to record it. Like I got C4 just to blow up a car so I can record the sound of that car being blown up.
Right, and then make a
I
crazy
never knew
ass
you
pack out
had
of
this obsession with sound,
Yes,
just sonics.
like just sonics
to want to
in
score
general.
films, and
Yeah,
that's
like,
fire, bro.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what song was that I was scoring? Lee Harris's intro. No. No, Lee Harris's real one was scored originally to an episode of Adventure Time called, I think it was called The Overseer or some shit like that.
Now the Adventure Times soundtrack is crazy.
Yeah. But like
So-
what I would do, because for a long time I've been practicing that. Like
I could hear that. You kind of match it.
I'll mute the audio from whatever, and then like I'll just start producing to like those scenes.
So you literally just watching the episode on mute and you just cooking up.
Yeah, like I get most of my inspiration comes from cartoons and video games.
Stimulants.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah,
That's crazy.
He's a craftsman.
Yeah.
He's definitely a craftsman.
So like,
Craftsman. That's wild.
so
bro.
yeah, eight was the year, and I always point back to 8. Like 8 is the beginning. 8 is the number of new beginnings, and like I always get like a fresh kick of like stuff being new, like energy being new, being in new environments, having new conversations, new clothes and shit like that. Like just newness, because like being able to look at things from the perspective of a child and going back to the child in me, like that's what makes me giddy, and that's what makes me want to continue. So, but yeah,
heavy, bro.
that's my origin story.
That's a get the round of applause
Yeah,
for
we need a
yourself,
round of
man.
applause,
Hit the
bro.
joint. Yeah, bro. Like that's a lot.
bro.
This nigga Skates is literally my god brother. We've been together since we've been in diapers, and there's a lot of shit I'm just now learning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's a lot of gems, man.
I'm grateful for the podcast, man, Real Rap, because it's a time to really sit down and divulge on what caused you to be the cause and effect
Yeah,
for a lot of the stuff that sprung off for us.
yeah, man,
That's facts.
It's heavy.
it's wild.
And that's why I wanted that's why ultimately I wanted us to start this podcast, because I was like, yo, like just the conversations that, you know, the three of us will have on individual levels. I was like, I already know with the history and with the chemistry, if we all come together, we'll be able to do something great.
Yeah.
You feel me? We'll be able to provide people with some game, be able to have some fun too, you know what I'm saying? Just being ourselves, and also just creating our own platform.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and this is what it's all about. It's about like ownership. It's about investing, and it's about doing things that you're gonna be remembered by. You know what I'm saying? It's like we
Right.
can utilize this to, you know, speak our truths, to really dive deeper into these different things that, like I said, you was like, damn, I never thought I did so much, and it's like, yeah, sometimes it's good to just get your flowers and just reminisce, or even go back to these moments and how you started, to keep that fuel, or to give
Right.
you that fuel to keep shit going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. Even like I was saying in the beginning of this too, just like happy to be here.
Yo,
For real, after all these years, like how this all aligned, and even starting off this episode with a Q's track, he was another person who was just outside,
the fuck side, man.
outside, and like
he was always
me.
the same person. Like
Yeah.
from the time he was like 8, 9 years old until now, he was always a good kid. He was always a good dude, man.
Yeah, man.
bro. Q shows so much love, and another one you could tell like the difference between a lot of people. They check in on you,
Yeah,
but the music you got, this and that. But he checked on my daughter.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's levels to feeling like family with certain people. You know what I mean? So
right.
once again, rest in peace to Q.
Yeah, man. And it's like, this is just a certain level of genuineness that Q had. I remember me and Swvnk was talking the other day, and there would be times where, you know, we be chilling with Q, we be at a show or something, you know, we got to slide a little early. We be like, yo, Q, go holler at you, bro. We got to slide. He'll sit there and be like, damn, bro, y'all about to leave? He would genuinely be like, damn, like, niggas about to slide. Like, damn, we ain't even get to cook yet. We ain't even get to hop in the cipher and get in the
Normally,
Yeah, I mean, because normally
he was the primary person in every one of our ciphers.
Yep.
Talking every one that we did an open mic last year in the city.
Right.
Q was there,
Yep.
front and center.
And what I'll give about Q too, man, is like he was very like attentive to information. Like once she understands something, like when we first started doing the ciphers, Q wasn't really into like freestyling super crazy. So the first one, he was like, okay, I see how y'all bumming. 2 ciphers later, he's in there, and now he's in every one. And even though he doesn't freestyle, he's tapping into that bag because we're there, and he sees how like free we are, how we're just being ourselves with it, how we're being human, you know, and just putting that energy out. And you know, he just started resonating, and it got to a point where he saw us and like, yeah, bro, where the ciphers at? Like, what's up? He's gonna go. Like, let's go door. You mean like
Q had a presence, man. Like,
yeah,
Definitely.
a lot of people in the scene, in the city, be like, oh yeah, Philly don't support Philly, you know what I'm saying? Or everybody just out here trying to get a bag, or everybody dick eating to try to like get underneath somebody just to see where they go. But nah, like Q, like if you pull up Q phone right now, like rest in peace. Like I guarantee you, if you pull up Q phone, he probably listened to people in the scene music just as much as he listened to everybody else music.
that's fact.
Like when a show was happening, Q was never in the back. This nigga was always in the front, jumping loud.
And then new words,
super loud,
the
new words to
words.
everybody's shit.
Like it
You
killed
feel
me
me?
when he knew words to my new music, and I'm like, I'm expecting, you know, random people to know my stuff, but my bro, one of my close bros, on some like, no, bro, I'm about to out rap you on your own shit,
right? Yeah,
You know what
like I
mean?
know this, John.
Oh man, so once again, shout out to Q, bro.
Yeah,
Just
man.
that love and energy, bro. That's not going to leave.
Nah, bro, never,
It's not going to leave.
never, bro.
Real rap.
But yeah, man, yeah, man, it's just, whew. Just thinking about this shit, it's just like, damn, you know what I mean?
man.
It's just,
Yeah.
but that's another regime, you know what I mean, of what we're trying to do with this podcast, you know, and this is going to be a segue into my man Swvnk to take it away, but, you know, we want to make sure that everybody out, like, the information we give is able to help people, whether it's to be entertained for a little bit, let's get you through your day. I like their dynamic. I like 3 positive black men. If that gets you going, cool. Or if it's that, yo, I'm learning some skills because they talking about the industry and they talking about different things, that's cool. Or even with my man Swvnk, you know, he has a self-defense company.
Yeah,
and
no.
he's looking to teach people, and we're looking to show people how to protect themselves, man.
Listen.
How can they tap in more with that?
To bring it full circle once again to Q. Q was another person who tapped into my business before I got my EIN number.
That's
before I
facts.
get
Yeah.
my LLC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just putting stuff up on the gram like, hey, I'm out in the field. Come out if you want to train. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He came out consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And wanted to fight.
Yep.
And wanted to like not fight me, but like fight the version of himself that he didn't want to be anymore.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
That's
You can
facts.
see it in his eyes, and he talk about it and genuinely mean it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
That's
for me
facts.
to step into where I am now with my business, Q was one of those pivotal people that didn't only just put a couple dollars in my pocket, but actually showed me that this is a purpose.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? And it's needed out there. And yeah, so the self-defense company I have is called Stay Dangerous. I'm not going to do a whole skit on that and talk too deep on it, but basically I teach self-defense in the fundamentals of boxing, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I could teach you how to get out of a headlock or put a headlock on. You know what I mean? Let's say it's a barbecue and you got a drunk uncle. You know what I mean?
No, real rap is
There's some situations where you don't want to punch somebody and they fall and hit a curve.
Let's say hypothetically, you got to sock a nigga out of love.
Out of love,
You
and
know
he
what I'm
has
saying?
to go to
Right.
sleep.
I guess somebody calm down just a little bit.
But nah, I'm not teaching people just how to harm themselves. But every one of our sessions, we start with breath work, and that is one of the biggest exercises I've used just to control my emotions,
Right.
and then the way I think, and then the decisions I make.
Right.
So by us starting and ending a lot of our sessions, it actually builds on people's self-control, you know, and their self-discipline, and then want to get out there, not just to want to knock somebody out, but to calm themselves, you know what I mean, and make the right choices in the heated moments.
Yes,
So-
sir.
Right.
So, like I said, we have boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Muay Thai fundamentals, but we also do firearm training. I'm licensed to carry, but I also am getting pretty soon my Act 235, but right now I just do sessions in different gun ranges, and I'll show you how to break down your gun. I'll show you how to hold the gun the right way. I'll show you how to use an AR, because that's what I use for home defense. I have a 6-year-old daughter. She's actually 7 now. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I
Yeah,
messed
think
that
about
up.
it. He was like,
the
damn.
right, you got the right equipment.
I can't.
like,
but,
damn.
but you got to understand, like, if someone runs in your house, we hear about all these homicides in the city all the time, man.
Right.
And it's nothing to joke about, but understanding you have something precious in a house.
Yeah,
If you have a wife, you have yourself. You know what I mean? Right now, almost anybody can have a pistol. And the reason why I suggest an assault rifle for home defense, if someone comes in your house, you may not want to kill them, but you can scare them with a loud bang. And I know for sure when I first heard my AR, I was like, holy shit, I want to get I want to get control of this, make sure I'm on the right side of this. You know what I mean? So
right.
at the end of the day, I don't want to teach people to harm people, but there's so much bad happening in the city. People have this opposite side of safety, but where are the safe people who are dangerous? So that's why I call it Stay Dangerous. That's why a lot of phone calls I end with all my brothers. I tell them stay dangerous, because it's not about just being safe, but you got to be ready to react
Yeah.
in certain situations to not just protect yourself, but the people who are, you know, depending on you as well.
You need the yin and the yang, bro.
Yeah.
That's facts. Like, we need to
Need
be,
both.
and that was another thing about Q, man. Like, Q, you know, right after high school, he went to the military. You know what I'm saying? He was in the military for 4 years, so he learned how to balance. At the time, his yin and yang. He knew about guns. He knew about, you know, those different things. So I feel like him even getting to the field when we was outside in the county, like, I feel like that was him trying to get back to it, because he always would say, last time I talked to him, he's like, yeah, bro, I'm trying to get back to where I was when I was in the military. Like, I was in shape to the third. Yeah, I mean, he had a dad body. He got 4 kids. You know what I'm saying?
This
So
nigga had
he
a
working
dad body.
all the time. You feel me? So, but yeah, man, like, it's very crucial, man, for us to just be aware of our surroundings too. Awareness is key. You know, if you're aware of something, you might be able to put yourself in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? It's not always the be all end all to save you, but it can help you to walk maybe a certain way or to diffuse a situation, because we don't want to, you know, everything doesn't require a gun. But at the end of the day, things are about protecting yourself legally and physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be protected on all ends. You want to know, like, no, if I have my gun, I'm cool. I'm not walking around with dirty strap that I got from OG around the way. You feel me? There's ways to move, and, you know, we just legally.
And also, guns don't stop people from dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
I have links. I have places you can get tourniquets. You know, I have tourniquet myself, and I also have bulletproof vest level 4. So it's access we can get online. Everybody. You don't have to be a federal agent. You don't got to be a cop.
Right.
The same people who can buy guns, you can buy this defense for yourself. So if at times you see me all plated up, no, I'm not doing security. I'm securing me and my family. Right. It's a higher chance of me coming home alive.
Right.
And that's just
Facts.
That's how I carry it. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So yeah,
man.
tap in. You could always hit my social at Stay Dangerous or Elite Self Defense, or mf.swvnk for the music page. Aside from that, I think we had great convos here, bro. If we want to keep divulging, I think we can.
I think the last thing we really need to get them, man, you know, we had a great first episode. We've talked about everything, man. I feel like we should just give them what is the goal for us three as artists, as creators. What do you guys want to accomplish with this podcast, and also just creatively this year? What are you looking to do?
I want to tour, bro. I want to see the world. I'm not gonna lie. I want to create, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, creating with my bros It's
nothing like it, man.
It's just a feeling, bro. It's just this feeling. And then performing.
It's lab time.
You know what I mean? It's these nostalgic moments in my life where I just remember feeling so leveled up.
Right.
So leveled up just by being shoulder to shoulder with solid dudes.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Not questioning anything and knowing y'all really dedicated.
Right.
So my goal is to really see the world, my bros, my family, to be able to like fund our dreams off of this music, man. And content as well, but also like to create. Just really just make the art.
Yeah, man. I feel like it's definitely lab time, man. I feel like it's time. Me and Swing already been talking about getting in the lab, but you too, man. We need to get some sessions with you in there too, bro. It's time for us to really. You mean it's time for us to really get the? I mean, not yet.
Just start cooking.
Not yet. Hold on, we almost done. Like
man.
3 minutes. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's time to get in the lab. So I feel like
man.
you know I can speak for all three of us when I say like. Just expect some collaborations this year. Yeah. Expect hella content. Expect this. Faneet the podcast. We here, man. We not going nowhere. We gonna keep this shit going.
We gonna keep this one
going,
bro.
And also too, man, expect the showcases, man. Like my goal, man. Once we get things rolling, I get myself established in life. 'Cause it's been a wild year. The next couple months, this fourth quarter, I just want to use it to get together. I really want us to, you know, get back to throwing events, man. For Philly,
yeah, man.
You know what I mean. But also for the county, man.
Some different shit.
Listen,
yeah,
bro,
man.
like
Remix
all three legal. Listen, let's talk about that real quick. Just the League of Legends events we threw. We had legendary artists, people who are now.
Before they were even where they at, man.
Before they weren't. League of Legends 1, we had Andrew Murray. We had Famey.
It was the first time I dapped up Sean Smith.
We had Sean Smith. We had Mir
Young
Fontaine.
He wasn't even Sean.
Yeah, he was Young Savage.
At the time. I'm pretty sure he still had the braids.
Yeah, he definitely still had the braids.
Yeah.
Cooking.
And it's just all those shows. And shout out to all the people who came to all those shows because content wise and really publicly, I never got to really address the people other than the people I dapped up at the show.
Facts.
For everybody who supported us for all these years, you feel me? Because there's still fans in the woodworks who've been waiting for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate y'all.
Mad
man.
love to y'all.
All the people
Absolutely,
that came
man.
to the 3 League of Legends events, to our Schneegen showcase pop up, and even the people that's been streaming the music. There's a lot of people who hit me like, "Yo, when's the new stuff coming? When's the new stuff?" And all those people, yo, we really appreciate y'all because it's like y'all really make this shit possible. Y'all really make it. You know, when we going through our things in life, we think about, damn, there are people who genuinely want to hear my voice, and sometimes that connection makes things a little bit more deeper than just I'm writing a 16.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And those are the moments that's gonna bring us to touring and really meeting and traveling the world. So, man, just shout outs for everybody that's been supporting us this far, man. Faneet the podcast, man. We here to stay, man. We going up. We ain't stopping. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't finish though. What did you want to see out of music? I know I gave my answer.
Man, for me, I feel like I was put here to bridge the gap between the two polarities of old and young. Like I'm realizing that for a long time I've been fighting that, but like I feel like I'm a mediator of understanding the teenage angst and the young angst, and also understanding the humility of being old. You know, Terminator X, when I released that,
Murder.
That was a science project to see how I could find ways to get the young to be able to understand the importance of knowing the history, which is why I chose that Terminator X sample, outside of the fact that I released it on my birthday and I was born the day Malcolm X passed away. So they terminated X. That was the reason why I dropped it.
That's
day.
Crazy. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I know that.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, but so it was the final way to get the youth to appreciate something from like yesteryear or yester generation. You feel me? And on the opposite side, it was trying to find a way to get the elders to understand that the youth bring a completely different energy, and it's not what y'all think it is. It's not just a bunch of young people who don't got bars, who don't got no type of appreciation and are trying to break down what it is that y'all had. It's just something completely new, and because y'all generation never had that conversation to show them this is what it is, you feel me?
Right.
Let me be that. Let me bridge that gap. So in that way, I feel like,
no, you good. It's just you've done that definitely for me, and definitely from what Swank said, bro.
For sure.
And with that being said, man, Shit, we gonna wrap up our first episode of Faneet the Podcast, man. We appreciate everybody who's been tapping in. Also, all the fans over the years who've been coming to the events, coming to the showcases.
Mad love, man.
Who've been showing love to the streams, who showed love to me and Swank early hours. We appreciate everybody, man. We gonna keep this thing rolling. More episodes coming. Trying to bring them to you every other week. Showcases coming soon, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm your host, Eazymelow.
I'm Swank with the bank.
You know what I'm saying? And this is Sk8z Inspired.
Yeah, I mean. And this is Faneet the Podcast. We are